All right, so first thing we got to do is remove these two caliper bolts right here. They're 13 millimeter. And you may need to hold with an adjustable the slider pin depending on if it wants to free spin. All right, then we're going to grab a flat blade screwdriver, slide it in between the bracket and the caliper, and just pry on it to bring it free from the pads. And we're going to lift it up and set it safely on top of the rotor to make sure there's no pressure on our line here. And now our old pads and hardware clips come out, and just note the orientation of the hardware clips on the end when you put your new ones on. Next, we grab a wire brush and we're going to just brush down our bracket here where the ears meet. Make sure we get any rust and corrosion off of it. Next, we're going to inspect our slider pins, push them in and out. If they got good movement, just leave them the way they are. If not, just pop them out, clean them, and re-grease them and reinstall them. Then we're going to take some brake lubricant, put it on our screwdriver or a brush, and then just brush the contact points on the bracket. Next, we grab our new pads and our hardware clips, and we're going to put them on just like so. I find it easier to put them on the pads and install the pads onto the bracket. And you want these little ears on the outside of the bracket. Same thing for our other one. Now these pads we're installing today don't have any wear indicators on them, so they're the same on the inner and outer. All right, next we got to get the piston retracted inside. We got a dual piston here. So we're going to flip it gently upside down on top of the rotor. And I got this universal pad spreader. We're going to slide that in, and then we're going to tighten down, and it'll open up and compress the pistons. All right, once you feel it bottom out, then you go loosen it again and pop the spreader out. Now we inspect the seals, make sure there's no fluid coming out, so there's no leaks, and make sure the piston has a nice surface on it. Then I'm going to apply some brake lubricant to the ears on the caliper here, and also to the pistons, so all the contact points are well lubricated to prevent noise down the road. For that, I'm just going to use the packet that came with our pads. And just use the cloth provided with your pads to wipe your hands. Now we're going to put the caliper back on. You're going to have to squeeze the pads in and try to get the caliper over while you squeeze them. All right, next we put our caliper slide pin bolts back in, and you may need to wiggle the caliper around until you find its home. And we're going to tighten these down to 31 foot-pounds of torque. All right, so at the back of the caliper here, you'll see a 10 mil bolt here on the bottom and one on the top. We have to remove those. All right, so with the rear brakes, you have to disengage the parking brake, whether it be electronic or mechanical, so we have it jacked safely up and chocked safely because there's nothing holding it back right now. So we are disengaged, and we can now take off the caliper. There's a little lip on here. On the driver's side, the lip is on the bottom and you have to push the caliper up and swing it out. On the passenger side, it is on the top and you have to push down. And I'll show you in a sec. So if you see this little ear, you have to push that ear down to get out of the bracket, and then you're good to swing it out. All right, and with the brake fluid reservoir open so the pressure can go back into the reservoir, we're going to take a pad spreader tool, slide it in there, and we're going to compress the piston down. Once it bottoms out, loosen it back and take the tool out. Next thing you want to do is inspect these slide pins, make sure they move back and forth. If they don't move as you need them to, push it to one side, pull back your boot, put a little grease in there, and push it to the other side and do the same thing. Wiggle it till it has good movement. Ours have good movement, so we can proceed on to the next step. Just set this gently aside, make sure it doesn't fall. Now we take our old pads out. You may need a screwdriver. Then we take our anti-rattle clips off here. And we're going to take our wire brush and clean up all the contact points of any corrosion. All right, now our anti-rattle clips, we get our new ones and put them on. Just put them the same way you took the old ones off. All right, then you grab your new pads and you want these ears to rest in like that. And the new ones, you will have to shove them down to spread out this gap here. But first, before we do that, we're going to grease up the ears here. And we can put a little bit on the clips. So the particular pads that we bought don't have any wear indicator bars, so they both can go either way. Doesn't matter if it's inner or outer. The only thing you need to worry about for the inner, you have this bracket. If you're taking the bracket off, it's a little easier to put these on. If you don't want to take the bracket off, you can slide it in at an angle and put it on that way. Make sure that the pad is straight and continue with the next one. Front one's easier. All right, next we're going to inspect the piston, make sure there's no leakage and that your boot is sealed nicely over the piston. We're all even and all good and all dry. So we're going to take some of the grease that the pads came with. We're going to apply it around the mating surface of the piston and on the ears on the caliper. All right, next we have to get the caliper back on. Just swing it back down, and you're going to take the slider pins, push them out like that, and we're going to slide it over top. And remember, the lip on the top for the passenger side. On the driver's side, it's on the bottom, so that has to go in first. So get it on our anti-rattle clip. Then we take our two bolts, put them back in. Just wiggle your caliper back and forth till you feel it seat. Now, just to clarify, the spec does call for 25 foot-pounds on these, but I did that and my torque wrench didn't click and then it snapped before it could reach that. So we're just going to do ours hand tight. All right, now the only thing left to do, obviously, is pump up your brakes. I like to pump them up between each brake that I do, just to make sure everything's all firm. Then you go ahead and close your fluid reservoir, close up your hood, tighten your wheel lug nuts back on once you get your wheel on. If you have acorn or cone-shaped lug nuts, they go to 130 foot-pounds of torque. If you have flat lug nuts, they go to 140 foot-pounds of torque. Then just take it for a test drive on a not very busy road, nice and slow. Take it easy, make sure everything's all good. And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully this was helpful.